guys! How are you today? Welcome back to my channel, Adventures in America. If you are new to my channel, my name is Jocelyn, and for today's topic, I'm going to discuss the new online visa application system for Philippine visa applicants. And this is regarding the new announcement from the Department of Foreign Affairs. This will be effective January 1st, 2022. I will be sharing my knowledge as a dual citizen of the US and the Philippines. But before we get started, please like this video. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. I always welcome new subscribers. I'm also a Philippine licensed lawyer, and I'm sharing this as a general information or for general information purposes only and not as a legal advice. So this information is only a guide for those who wanted to apply for a Philippine visa to travel in the Philippines. Before I proceed with the new Philippine visa online application system, let me explain the different non-immigrant visas to travel in the Philippines. And these are for different eligible passengers in the Philippines. There is what we call a visa on arrival. There is also a Balikbayan visa. And the third category is this temporary visitor's visa application that will be implemented starting January 1st of 2022. Now, this new Philippine online visa application system has been rolled out earlier in other Philippine consulates abroad. But let me provide here at the Philippine Consulate in Los Angeles, because I live here in Las Vegas, the new online visa application system will be effective January 1st of 2022. So please contact your Philippine consulate covering your residence if this system will be rolled out anytime in the future or it has been implemented earlier. So the visa application will only affect 9A visa applicants. Now let me provide you the difference between the applicants or those who are entitled to different Philippine non-immigrant visas. Let me explain to you in detail the visa on arrival, Balikbayan visa, and the 9A visitor's visa that is being implemented starting January 1st. Visa on arrival. Please take note that the visa on arrival has been suspended. I will also discuss the Balikbayan visa, and these are only for limited number of former Filipinos and foreign nationals. Now, what we are going to talk about is a temporary visitor's visa or 9A visa. Now, the visa on arrival has been currently suspended because the Philippine borders is closed. The visa on arrival is for foreign tourists and it's valid for 30 days and it's given at the port of entry in the Philippines. Also, this is a free visa. Please take note that the country must be included in the visa-free privilege of the Philippines. Let's talk about Balikbayan visa. This can be availed by the former Filipino traveling alone or former Filipino or Filipino traveling with native foreign spouse or former Filipino traveling with foreign children. Also, this is given at the port of entry in the Philippines and you must proceed to Filipino lane. In addition, the visa is valid for 1 year upon arrival in the Philippines. Now, the new online application system is the temporary visitor's visa or 9A visa. This will be effective January 1st, or this has been implemented in other Philippine consulates abroad. The foreign spouse of Filipino national can avail of this, but the Filipino must be in the Philippines. Also, the foreign parent of Filipino child can avail of this 9A visa, but the child must be in Philippines. Also, foreign minor children of Filipinos must have a temporary visitor's visa or a 9A visa. Other foreign nationals are allowed, but you must have an entry exemption document. Also, if you plan to retire in the Philippines and you are a foreign national, SRRV applicants must have an entry exemption document. There's another set of passengers who are temporary visitors to the Philippines. There was a press release from the Bureau of Immigration issued on October 5th, and it provided the guidelines for temporary visitors. However, there are strict requirements and Philippine consulates abroad won't issue visas for temporary visitors. You must have a 9A visa and an entry exemption document, which is impossible to obtain. In addition, the reasons must be for business, for humanitarian, and for meritorious reasons. Now, there are important reminders when using the online visa application system. First, only single entry applications will be considered, and the maximum is only 59 days. Please take note that applications filled through OVAS or the email confirmation with ARN or reference number do not constitute an approved visa. So applicants must still courier their passport, visa fee, and other supporting documents to the Consulate General after receiving further instructions through the email. Applications received starting January 1st that were not lodged through OVAS will be immediately be rejected and returned to the sender. Now, let me provide you the procedure for using the new online visa application system. Just type in visa.gov.ph and it will direct you to the new Philippine visa application portal. It will show you the country of citizenship, and you needed to scroll down your country of citizenship. And after finding your country of citizenship, click on the submit button. So this is just an example. Click on the US and click on submit. And this will only accommodate applications for 9A temporary visitors visa. This is only for initial submission of visa application, and it doesn't mean that your visa is already in process. So you will still have to contact the Philippine Consulate. Now you will need a passport valid for at least 6 months and beyond. And there are also countries listed under the visa-free privilege. And now scroll down for the different types of Philippine visas. There are non-immigrant visas, and if you type number 1, 9A temporary visitors visa for visitors for business pleasure, there are minimum requirements. And if you scroll down, you can see the different requirements for other types of visa. There are also rules for immigrant visa applicants, and there are minimum requirements for the individual visa. Now you are ready to apply for individual visa. The page will show the visa type, entry type, country of application, the embassy or consulate, and you must also enter your email address. There are different types of tourist visas: pleasure tourist, business, medical and health, and athlete and entertainer. Click on tourist and click on the single entry and the country of application. For example, US, and the application type, it's defaulted to regular, and then you must select your embassy or consulate abroad covering your residence and type in your email address and also confirm your email address as well. So make sure that you have a valid email address, because that is the main form of communication from the DFA or from the Philippine Consulate abroad. And then click next, and then it will show you the actual visa application page, and all asterisks must be filled out. For surname, add your surname, put your given name, your place of birth, date of birth, age, country of citizenship, your sex, your contact number, and also if you scroll down further, you will have to type in your address. So this is just an illustration to show you what information you needed to provide to apply for a visitor's visa. So make sure to enter a valid contact number and also your email address on the previous page. And here you can enter your address, your town or your province. I'm not sure why they use the town or the province, but enter your information from the US. Now you are ready to upload your photo. There are actually visa photo requirements: plain white or off-white background, neutral facial expression, no eyeglasses, and you must take a full face view directly facing the camera. And there are file requirements to upload a photo. So once you upload the photo, it will tell you to save and download the application. Now, if you visit the website of a Philippine Consulate abroad, so this is just an example. This is from Los Angeles, California, Philippine Consulate General. It will show you an advisory if you click on the consular services, and under consular services, click on visa, and it will show you this advisory. If you are not aware, the Department of Foreign Affairs in the Philippines has jurisdiction over all Philippine consulates and embassies outside of the Philippines. This is not under the jurisdiction of the Bureau of Immigration. However, when you apply for a visa, the visa is not a guarantee that you will be admitted in the Philippines. The entry requirements for admission to the Philippines is under the jurisdiction of the Bureau of Immigration in the Philippines. In essence, you must submit your supporting documents and pay the visa fee to the Philippine Consulate or embassy abroad covering your residence. Also, after using the new visa application online system, you must also submit the supporting documents to the Philippine Embassy or Consulate covering your residence, because there is what we call a territorial jurisdiction. Now, here are the territorial jurisdiction of Philippine consulates and embassies here in the US. Here's the Embassy of the Philippines in Washington, D.C. Here's the address and the contact information. The states covered are also provided. So please remember that if you live in any one of these states, you must submit your application to the Embassy of the Philippines in Washington, D.C. Now, here's the Philippine Consulate in Chicago, Illinois. Here is the address and the contact information as well, and the states being served by this particular consulate. Now, here's the Philippine Consulate in Honolulu, Hawaii. Here's the address and the contact information and the website and the jurisdiction of this consulate. Now, let's move on to the Philippine Consulate in Houston, Texas. Here is the address and the contact information and the states being served. Please take note where you live, because you can only file to that particular consulate covering your residence. Here's the Philippine Consulate in New York. Here's the address and the contact information and the states being served by consulate in New York. Now, let's move on to the Philippine Consulate in San Francisco, California. Here's the address and the contact information and the states being served by this San Francisco Consulate. Now, let's move on to the Philippine Consulate in Los Angeles, California, which is the busiest among all the Philippine consulates in the US. Here is the address and also the jurisdiction being served by this particular consulate. Now, let's move on to the Philippine Consulate in Guam. Here is the address and the contact information and also the places or territorial jurisdiction being served by this consulate. Now, if you have any other questions or comments, please post them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Again, thank you guys for supporting my channel, and if you haven't liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. I always welcome new subscribers. Thank you guys for supporting my channel. I hope everyone is staying safe and have a great day.